Welcome back to the Innovation Best Practices episodes, where each one is designed to help you sell more and make more. This is proven practical best practices designed to be able to work in any company with any business need. I want to give some special welcome to our listeners from around the world in 72 countries. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how-to, another one in our how-to series, which gets pretty nitty-gritty into the details of all this stuff about how to be credible in customer communications. The key word here is credible, believable customer communications. When you make a promise, a big promise, make sure that people believe you. This is what this is all about. If you don't make them believe you, you can get out on the rooftop and scream the biggest benefit communication you've ever heard, and if nobody believes you, nobody will buy anything. It's that simple. Okay, here's an overview. The chances for innovation success are so low. You know this. We've been talking about it. Only 25% on average survive 5 years, with most failing within 12 to 18 months. That the innovator must do everything to most persuasively communicate their product benefits in a highly credible, believable manner. Failure to do this well could doom a good or great idea's chances for success. Believe me, this is critical stuff. It's horrible, it's heartbreaking to see great products that have potential miscommunicated without strong, clear, proper benefit communication, credibility added to that, and communication. You have dramatic difference. Okay. Increasing your chances for success absolutely requires that your benefit promise and dramatic difference are highly credible to potential customers. Failure to include highly credible reason to believe in your customer communication invites potential customer skepticism that can dramatically reduce the effectiveness of your benefit and dramatic difference communication. Just look at your own personal life. When someone makes you a big promise, isn't the first thing that goes off in your head a little question mark? Is this really true? Be credible if you want to sell more and make more. This is all about Merwin technology, and as I've shared with you before, this was originally developed by Doug Hall and 2 PhDs over 6 years with millions of dollars of research. Acclaimed by Fortune magazine and praised for its accuracy by hundreds of corporate users, extensive validation of its estimates for long-term success is very, very impressive. The critical evaluation criteria easily pass the common sense and scientific tests. Okay? With the 75% failure rate, persuading competitive users to use your product is very, very difficult. This is the biggest thing that I find that innovators underestimate. They think the world is just going to beat their path to their door on this product. It is so darn good. In fact, they don't even need to tell anything about it. Just put it on the internet with a picture and people will come running to buy it. Not so much. Users of current products have well-established habits and practices, both buying and using. They get in habits. They're tough to break. Difficult to get a competitive user to even consider using a new product. They've got something's working. Well, it's working for the most part. I've got a lot of other things going on in my life. Don't bother me. It's more difficult to get them to notice and appreciate your improvements, and even when they do try your product, okay? Even when you get it in the door, it's not easy for them to notice and appreciate the improvements that you have, okay? So we've talked about the science of persuasion drivers, benefit communication, which we talked about in the previous episode, credibility communication, which we'll talk about here, and difference communication in the next one. Okay. Credibility is always important, but the level and kind of credibility you need to provide varies. Just take this to heart. The bigger your benefit promise, the bigger your dramatic difference, the more credibility you need to provide to in your customer communication. Okay? The bigger your promise, the more skeptical people are going to be, and the more horsepower you need in providing credibility. When you have a dramatic difference or advantage versus competitive products, the power of your credibility needs to be very, very high. It is amazing to me how many people will often do a reasonably good job in benefit communication and dramatic difference and not have a single whisper in their communication to customers about the credibility. And they're just losing. They're losing all potential power in many cases from the rest of their communication. Okay? The strength of your credibility directly impacts your chances for success. This is straight out of the research for Merwin Technology. A weak reason to believe in customer communication has only an 18% chance for success. Strong, 29% chance. Very strong, 42%. So you can see, by going from a weak reason to a very strong reason to believe, you can more than double your chances for success. And having just a very strong reason to believe in its own right gets you up to 42%, which is getting close to doubling your chances for long-term success versus the average of 25%. See how powerful credibility is. Okay? Here are some simple examples of the power of credibility. What I want you to do is just kind of listen to these simple statements and in your own mind experience how the credibility of the benefit just steps up. Okay? Here is a benefit. I have a fast boat for sale. Okay. Maybe I'm interested in a fast boat, maybe I'm not. I'm not quite sure what a fast boat is. So the next thing, before I get to reason to believe in credibility, I create a stronger benefit. And I say, specialized racing boat for those with a passion for winning. Woo. Now I know what fast boat means. It's a specialized racing boat for those with a passion for winning. Okay. Now, I'm either interested in this or I'm not. But if I am interested, I'm going, wow, sounds nice, but boy, how should I believe? Why should I believe that this person is selling something that's like this? Well, then, just imagine that the next thing they hear is this reason to believe. Specialized racing boat for those with a passion for winning. Designed by an America's Cup champion boat designer. Wow. Now, is that pedigree or not? Okay. Now, you're going, woo. Specialized racing boat for those with a passion for winning, and it's designed by an America's Cup champion boat designer. Wow. Okay. See how much the power of the benefit just kind of steps up when you give it credibility? Here's another even simpler example. Okay. A retail outlet is advertising the following. They say fresh fish. Well, this is a rather weak and unspecific benefit. Don't quite know what fresh means and how fresh and all that sort of stuff. So before we go to reason to believe, we make the benefit stronger. And we say, the freshest fish in town. Now, I see that on a big banner outside the store, and I go, wow, boy, I love fish, and fresh is better than not fresh. But the freshest fish? I mean, who are these people? Why should I believe it? Okay. Now, imagine you hear the following story. The freshest fish in town. When you sell more fish, it's fresher. We sell more fish than anyone. Wow. All of a sudden, the freshest fish in town becomes far more credible than when I just left that benefit statement out there. Okay, these are just a couple of simple examples. I just want you to experience how the benefit really steps up in its credibility when you add a strong reason to believe. Okay? There are different types of credibility available to you, 5 as a matter of fact. And I'm just going to run through them here for you. The first credibility you can do is explain how it works. Okay, you deliver this benefit, and then you explain here's how it works. It outlines a process used to create a benefit. Bounty Paper Towel visualizes a side-by-side demonstration of how Bounty picks up liquids faster and more completely than competitive products. That's how it works. You see it? You lay it down there, it absorbs it. See the other towel? It's not absorbing it anywhere near as fast, and it doesn't absorb all of it. Okay, that's why it's the quicker picker-upper. Got it. Second type is personal experience. The seller invites you to personally use and try the product before you buy it. I'm not sure many cars would be sold without a test drive of personal experience. Storage bags, Ziploc bags, and things like that, advertising. Consumers experience the secure closing with a feeling of visual when the bag is closed. The zipping, you can feel it. Others use a color when it's sealed, it changes the color of the strip. Okay, so personal experience tells you that the benefit they're promising is real. Okay. Third type is pedigree, and this details, you talk about the very high quality parts and ingredients. For example, organic ingredients, Intel inside, Disney movie, or various forms of pedigree. The fourth type is testimonial. A highly respected source or sources testify that the promised benefit is real. Clinical medical studies. More doctors use. Choosy mothers choose Jif. Best-selling brand. A celebrity says they use it and that you can trust it. These are various forms of testimonials. There's many others. The fifth type is a guarantee. And this really takes the risk out of, if the benefit promise is not real, you haven't got any risk because you get your money back. The guarantee, if you don't experience the benefit, you get a refund or replacement. It takes the risk out of using and trying. LL Bean's guarantee has been an incredibly integral part of its success. Hyundai, when they came into the market and introduced the 100,000-mile warranty, that guarantee was a pivotal part in making them one of the fastest growing automobile brands in the world. Okay, so 5 types of credibility. We've gone over them here. Okay, back to Bounty paper towels, what I talked a little bit about before. A major customer need for paper towels is easily absorbing liquid. Bounty has been the quicker picker-upper for decades. It's consistently used the side-by-side demonstrations of total absorbency and speed of absorbency, which, of course, it always wins these races. Okay, matching credibility with the benefit in the product. Again, it's important. The bigger the dramatic difference in your benefit claim, the stronger your reason to believe needs to be. The bigger the promise difference, the bigger the potential skepticism. Just give you an example. Product X claims to be 10% better than product Y and gives a reason, something like patented technology. With a 10% difference, this could work. Next, product X claims to be 50% better than product Y. Now, 50% better is a big, dramatic difference, and really triggers a lot of skepticism. And you're going to need things like simple, clear, side-by-side demonstration or confirmation of the difference from an independent government research group or something that people can, that we're seeing is believing. You can look at, depending on the product, use any one of the different 5 types of credibility that we just finished talking about, but you're going to need a lot of credibility horsepower with a 50% better claim. Okay. Stronger and weaker forms of credibility. This is generally true. Okay. Some that are relatively stronger are simple, clear demonstrations. We talked about the Bounty. Independent and recognized test results. More doctors who are a respected group actually use the product, which is stronger than, in some cases, than doctors recommending. They actually use it. Okay. Relatively weaker forms of credibility can be a celebrity endorsement, where you wonder whether they actually even know what the product is. Sometimes consumer research can be relatively weaker because people don't quite know how it was done or understand it. And if you don't really understand the form of credibility, it just weakens it. Pedigree, using pedigree that very few people recognize or understand, is also a relatively weaker form of credibility. Okay. So here's some examples that could be better. Cars claiming the best mileage in class. Most claims just are supported with the mileage of the car making the claim. 25.4 miles per gallon. Best mileage in class. Is that best? Oh, yeah, okay. It would be stronger if it's shown on a list comparing it to others and showing how much better they are in their number 1 position. Of course, unless it's by a very small margin. We're 25.6 and number 2 is 25.5. Not sure I want to use that approach. Okay, food and beverage products making a taste better claim. Most products barely support this type of claim. They show smiling faces of people drinking it, I guess. Would be stronger if actual consumers were shown in neutral situations blind tasting the 2 products. Now, most of you listening to this episode are probably not old enough to remember the Pepsi challenge, but it goes way back where Pepsi had mall tastings, and they had Coke users taste blind products of one cola against another, and showed them Coke users preferring Pepsi. And it was the Pepsi challenge, and it was very effective in its time in helping Pepsi narrow the gap versus Coke in their number one position. Okay. Concluding thoughts on credibility. If you have stronger credibility than your competition, it can be a meaningful competitive advantage. Credibility can be a meaningful competitive advantage. That's important. Carefully review your credibility options. We outlined 5 of them. Consider researching with potential customers which option is most persuasive. This is important stuff. Don't necessarily do this just on judgment. Give your customers a vote on which is more persuasive. Which of these 2 statements would be more likely to get you to believe and buy a particular product? Never, as most companies unfortunately do, fail to provide a credible reason to believe. Just because you know it to be true as the owner of a company or a marketing person doesn't mean that the potential customers will know it to be true. They just don't. Their life's too busy. They don't think about these things. If you don't make it simple and easy for them to understand, you stand a very high chance of losing them. Okay. If you want more innovation best practices, all you need to do is go to the i2ge.com website. That's i2ge.com. On the menu bar on the left is the DIY Innovation Training. Click on it. A whole bunch of training programs there. If there's not one that exactly meets your needs, just email me. We'll be glad to design one specifically for your unique needs. Here's why we do this. I want to make you innovation self-sufficient. I don't want you to have to go out and hire expensive consultants like me to do it for you. Okay? So this is a big cost saver. I also have a book, one of my 6 books. It is Proven Practical Innovation That Delivers Results. It's available only at Amazon in paperback and Kindle. It's priced below my break-even cost, so it's a great value. If you have suggestions, comments, or requests, I love hearing from listeners. Just send me an email to richard@i2ge.com. In the next episode, we're going to talk about another in our series, how to communicate dramatic differences. When you have a dramatic difference versus your competition, some, most, or all, do it right. Well, as you know, I'm deeply, deeply appreciative of you taking time out of a busy day and spending it with me. I really look forward to reconnecting with you soon, and until then, please have a great day.